100 short facts that will make you smarter than 99% of people. You didn't know them, I guarantee it. Want to test that?
Vikings never wore horned helmets. Fighting in one would be impossible. They were only for ritual or symbolic purposes. That ocean sound in a seashell is actually the echo of ambient noise around you, not the sea itself. There are no wall clocks or windows in casinos to make it harder for visitors to track time, helping them stay longer. Doubling rice on each chessboard square, starting with 1 grain, gives over 460 billion tons by the 64th square. That's 1,000 times the global annual rice production.
Diamonds are formed more than 200 kilometers deep in the Earth's crust. Volcanic activity is what brings them to the surface.
Diamonds are usually 1.5 billion years old. The tale of Newton being hit by an apple and discovering gravity was first shared by Voltaire. Newton himself never claimed it. Roman Emperor Vespasian ruled 60 years after Christ. To save the empire from ruin, he introduced many unusual taxes, including one on public urinals. When senators mocked him, he offered them coins collected from this tax, saying, "Money doesn't stink." The Ku Klux Klan had local chapters called klaverns. In the 1920s, these were referred to as the Great Goblins. Monaco's army has only 82 active soldiers, while their military band has 85 musicians. The only time they were put on alert was in 1962 during a dispute with France over electricity and water supplies. Famous English actress Helen Mirren, known for playing Queen Elizabeth I and II, is actually named Elena Vasilyevna Mironova. She is of Russian descent and has won an Oscar and Golden Globe. Before the 10th century, shoes didn't have a left or right side. They were the same shape for both feet. Malta was the first place in the world to charge parking fees in ports during Arab rule in the 6th century. Pink dolphins live only in the Amazon River. River dolphins also exist in Brazil, China, and India, but only Amazon dolphins are pink. Beavers and capybaras are the biggest rodents on Earth. The Catholic Church declared them as fish to allow eating them during Lent. The company that eventually became Toyota originally made looms. It launched a car division in 1933, and now it's the largest automaker in the world. The U.S. has many odd laws. In Chico, California, setting off a nuclear bomb results in a $500 fine. English author Barbara Cartland wrote 23 novels in just 1 year, 1983, landing her in the Guinness Book of Records. Over her life, she wrote more than 600 books. The ozone layer shields Earth from harmful sunlight. Unlike odorless carbon monoxide, ozone has a smell, making it easier to detect. The longest front in World War II was over 1,600 kilometers, held by Soviet forces on the Murmansk front. It was never breached by the Nazis. Shipping 1 kiwi from New Zealand to Europe burns more jet fuel than the kiwi itself weighs. Dmitry Mendeleev claimed he saw the periodic table in a dream, though this came after decades of research. Late-night eating doesn't cause more fat gain than daytime meals. There's no scientific proof. Earth shares its solar orbit with 6 other asteroids, not just the Moon.
Atoms are mostly empty space. If a hydrogen atom's nucleus were the size of a hazelnut, the electron, the size of a pinhead, would be more than 1 kilometer away.
Besides the Red Book, which has listed endangered species since 1958, there is also a Black Book. It records species that have gone completely extinct due to human activity. The first steam engine wasn't invented in the 19th century as commonly believed, but in the 1st century BCE by the ancient Greek inventor Hero. Bulls are nearly colorblind. They react to the movement and pain, not the red color, which they see no differently than green or blue.
Bangladesh is roughly the size of Russia's Murmansk region, but its population is 20 times greater than all of Russia's. Sitting still for several hours despite massive shaking is physically impossible. It's merely poetic exaggeration.
The moon's gravity not only causes ocean tides, but also triggers shifts in the Earth's crust strong enough to affect seismic activity.
In 2003, the diameter of a table tennis ball was increased by 2 millimeters for TV visibility, slowing play by about 15%.
Over 35,000 Americans annually buy insurance against alien abduction. The human heart isn't on the left side of the chest, it sits centrally behind the sternum between the lungs.
River deltas are named after the Greek letter delta. The largest delta is formed by the Ganges, covering 105,640 square kilometers and home to over 145 million people.
Thanks to Irish missionaries, St. Patrick is now the patron saint of both Ireland and Nigeria.
In France, it is illegal to name a pig Napoleon. A law specifically prohibits it, but it doesn't apply to other animals.
Venice has 398 bridges, Amsterdam has 1,280, and Hamburg over 2,400. So calling Venice the capital of European bridges is a bit of a stretch. The nose of the Great Sphinx in Giza was removed in 1378 by a fanatical Sufi sheikh, not by erosion. A similar act occurred in 2001 when the Taliban destroyed the Buddha statues in Bamiyan.
Cleopatra belonged to the royal Ptolemaic dynasty, who were Greeks from Macedonia, not native Egyptians. Only 6 species of lungfish remain on Earth. 4 are African protopters, which burrow into mud and breathe air through a tunnel when waters dry up. The famous Greek dance Sirtaki was invented in 1964 for the film Zorba the Greek. The name and music were created just for it.
Ostriches don't bury their heads in the sand. When in danger, they run at speeds up to 70 kilometers per hour. The shortest commercial flight lasts only 57 seconds between 2 Scottish islands. The first webcam was created to watch a coffee pot at Cambridge University in 1991. A group of crows is called a murder.
In Mary Shelley's novel, Frankenstein is the name of the doctor, not the monster. The creature has no name.
Yakutia's population is 12 times smaller than India's, even though their land areas are nearly the same. Elephants may fear mice, just as they fear any small creature that darts around underfoot.
A whip's tip can exceed the speed of sound, creating a sonic boom. That's the origin of the cracking sound.
There is a rare condition called phobophobia, the fear of being afraid.
The nomadic Maasai people of Kenya believe that the rain god Ngai gave all cattle to them, so anyone else owning livestock must have stolen it. Andorra is the only country in the world with free domestic mail delivery. Until 1927, it had no post offices at all.
In Chinese, yuan is both the name of the currency and the term for any basic monetary unit, like the US dollar, Mei Guan Yuan.
Dark chocolate doesn't harm your teeth. It may actually slow down tooth decay. This doesn't apply to milk chocolate.
Ice varies in temperature, and Arctic glaciers can reach -60 degrees C. Greenland's average -28 degrees C, and alpine ice can be close to 0 degrees C. Diamonds can burn. Above 900 degrees Celsius, they turn into carbon dioxide with no trace left. Meanwhile, metal settings often remain intact. The name Galapagos Islands comes from the Spanish word Galapago, meaning saddle, referring to the shape of the giant tortoise shells.
Octopuses have 3 hearts. 2 pump blood to the gills, and 1 circulates it to the rest of the body. Honey never spoils. Archaeologists have found edible honey in ancient Egyptian tombs over 3,000 years old. Bananas are berries, while strawberries are not. Botany can be surprising. A day on Venus lasts longer than a year on Venus. It rotates very slowly compared to its orbit. Wombats have cube-shaped poop. Helps it stay in place and mark territory. Russia spans 11 time zones, more than any other country. The Eiffel Tower can be 15 centimeters taller in summer. Metal expands when heated. Sharks existed before trees. Sharks have been around for about 400 million years. Trees appeared roughly 350 million years ago. A group of flamingos is called a flamboyance. Apples float because 25% of their volume is air. A day on Mercury is longer than a year on Mercury. One rotation takes 59 Earth days. Orbit takes 88. Cows have best friends and get stressed when separated. A bolt of lightning contains enough energy to toast 100,000 slices of bread. An adult human has about 37 trillion cells. Sea otters hold hands while sleeping to avoid drifting apart. The longest place name is in New Zealand, 85 characters starting with Taumata wakatanghehanga ko au o tamate, apokai venua kitanatahu. A narwhal's tusk reveals its life history. Its growth rings store environmental data. Cheetahs can't roar. They meow like house cats. Russia has a larger surface area than Pluto. Dolphins have names. They use unique whistles to identify each other. The shortest war lasted 38 minutes between Britain and Zanzibar in 1896. A cockroach can live for weeks without its head. Some bamboo species grow up to 91 centimeters in a single day. Sloths can hold their breath up to 40 minutes. They slow metabolism dramatically. A lightning bolt is 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun. The moon has moonquakes caused by Earth's gravity. There are more stars in the universe than grains of sand on Earth's beaches. Human saliva contains a painkiller called opioorphin that is 6 times more powerful than morphine. The fastest land animal, cheetah, accelerates from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 3 seconds. Water can boil and freeze at the same time, a phenomenon called the triple point. A newborn kangaroo is smaller than a jelly bean. Birds don't urinate. They excrete solid uric acid to save water. The inventor of the frisbee was turned into a frisbee after death. His ashes were molded into frisbees. Blue whales' hearts are so large that a human can swim through its arteries. The unicorn is Scotland's national animal. 1 spoonful of neutron star would weigh about 1 billion tons on Earth. Bats are the only mammals that can truly fly. There are more fake flamingos in the world than real ones, due to decorative lawn ornaments. Hot water freezes faster than cold water, known as the Mpemba effect. The chicken is the closest living relative to Tyrannosaurus rex. The world's smallest reptile is a chameleon from Madagascar, just 2.9 centimeters long. There is a museum of poop. The Icelandic Philological Museum even has a section for animal droppings. More than 50% of the world's oxygen is produced by the ocean's plankton. Which fact surprised you the most? Leave a comment, and I'll gather 100 more that will blow your mind even harder.